Hello YouTube, Joseph Crickmore here, and we're gonna start another series on the channel. I know, seems like everywhere left and right I'm starting series, same with the other guys. But it's down to, we're trying to balance them out while also releasing stuff, so that way the people who want only those shows can appreciate those shows, because I watch a ton of other reactors on YouTube, and I know for a fact from personal experience that I don't watch everything that they react to. I'm sure that's the case with a bunch of my subscribers. You guys. So, we're starting another one that I should have started a long time ago. I'm sure you people remember. If you do, you're an OG. If not, that's okay. The polls are still there on the channel. It was back when I decided to start rewatches in the first place. The two that won that poll were Skeleton Knight and Smartphone. In Another World with my smartphone. And what happened? I started with Vending Machine instead, even though that one was the one that lost the poll. Well, that circumstances changed. Season 2 is now releasing for Vending Machine, and it seemed like the perfect time to capitalize on that. But that meant Smartphone had to go to the wayside until today. And you know why? As I start this show today, the jingle video will be going up either before this or after this, but it will be this day. And I can already guarantee that because of the rush for the other guys to get started again, because of this backlog that now is accumulating for them, I have put in the executive order that they are not to upload anything today. The jingles will go up today. This episode will go up today. It's just going to be the first episode of Smartphone. And going into the weekend, I was actually recommended that I return to my gaming streams. So, I want to finish the earliest game I have on this channel. One of the earliest. I know Master Duel streams were a thing I did in the past. Maybe not frequently, but I did. But I keep trying to finish Advance Wars Reboot Camp. I do. Want to try to finish that game on stream. I have so many streams of when it came out, but no. I can't seem to make sure my technology works for me. So, my gaming stream this coming weekend will also mean that I have to forfeit maybe one of my manga read-throughs, so take your pick, people. Do you want me to take away solo leveling for a week or backstab in a backwater dungeon for a week? Who knows? And you can put that in the comment section, because that'll actually help me. But in any case, this video is for Smartphone Season 1. We're going to start with Episode 1. Mochizuki Touya Isekai with his smartphone. And people have thrown shade his way because of a certain harem situation. I personally don't have an issue. I mean, to be fair, I watch so many shows that deal with so many different, forms of a relationship. I could care less at this point, to be fair. A friend of mine either, how do I put this, recommended strongly to the point that he was, pushing the recommendation on me to watch 100 Girlfriends that really, 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 really love you. That's its title, trust me. But that's not going to be covered by me. That's going to be covered by the wizard. So he's going to have fun with that one, I'm sure. So I'm no stranger to that format. But people have issue with one of the tropes that comes with the harem. It's like, oh, the girls hit the guy even though the guy didn't do anything wrong, yada, yada, yada. Okay, Smartphone definitely has a few moments like that. But you gotta give Touya credit. You do. You gotta give him credit for the fact that he was mature about this. And smart. What do I mean by that? We'll get there when we get there, but let's just say he was actually being reasonable, considering he came from modern Japan to this fantasy world. And while I'm at it, I may as well just say something funny that ends up happening later. I know it's actually a specific thing that the anime doesn't adapt, because I was reading the manga because I couldn't wait for season 2 to drop. And then so there's a scene not even a scene. There's like a specific event that happens that the anime just completely cuts. And I'm kind of mad about it. I've been salty ever since the episode dropped for season 2. But let's just say Touya, because of his existence in this world, basically founded the United Nations. I'm not lying. Before Touya came along, those countries were not on speaking terms with each other, or even had the idea of a country like council to like just diplomatically talk about issues with each other, but also it gave them a form of entertainment. So to be fair, Touya's presence in this world is actually pretty cool. So it's time that we're going to get into that. Restart our journey with Touya, and, you know, maybe I'll be paying a little more attention to things this time because it's been a while since I watched the first season, not gonna lie. So next time you see me will be that post-episode discussion. And cut. Okay, post-episode discussion time. First of all, I need to apologize to everyone because I did not realize for the whole episode that my microphone had the echo on for all of my commentary, and I wasn't about to re-record the whole thing, so I'm sorry that the episode ended up having my voice be the echo, and well, there's nothing else I can do about it. I don't even know if I could manually, like, remove the echo, and maybe it'll be like a unique video that's just a standalone video where I made that mistake. Because clearly I'm not doing it that way ever again. So, just so that people know that I pointed it out, that I realized it after the fact, that that might annoy people, I don't know. So you'll have to let me know if it's a bother, or if I ruined the episode for you because of that. Or if it was a fun flair that I didn't even know I was doing. You be the judge of how good or bad it was. But speaking of the episode, that was a cool introduction to this series, and so basically the premise came about because Touya died because God hit him with a lightning bolt. Pretty much. And to make up for his mistake, he's like, I'm gonna reincarnate you, resurrect you in another world. And then he's like, he asks Touya if he wants anything specifically, and he's like, can I bring my smartphone with me? And of course, God makes it work for him, and under certain stipulations about stuff he can and can't do, you know, regarding the whole new world situation. And then he confirms that there will be magic, but shouldn't something that had been at the top of your list, Touya, be able to understand not just the language, but like the written words on a page? I know not every character in an isekai situation has to go through the process of realizing that language can be important when you enter a new world. But still, it's kind of funny to think. And then, so he runs into his situation of getting money fast because of his clothes. That was actually very random. He meets Elise and Linz in a way that it was just like he was just helping them out of a tight spot, while also kind of testing his abilities that God also gave him in that world. And he learned that he has an aptitude for every kind of magic. What an episode. And the other cool thing about the episode are the multiple bumpers, or title cards, that are just what would you even call them? The intermission cards? Where it's like a chibi animation that's supposed to continue the story faster. Smartphone's a series that loves using a ton of those. And after a while, they either stay cute and charming, or they get grating. I don't remember how I felt about them. And speaking of stuff in the show, we got characters in the opening. I was surprised they were there. You wouldn't know the first time through the show at all, but once you have watched the show, you have to point it out and be like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? You know? And the final thing I'll bring up about this episode is this is the beginning of Touya bringing stuff from his world to this new world and just introducing it to them. So I'm going to make a list, and it's going to be updated in the description of these videos. Every episode is just going to be updated for Touya introducing blank to this world. And the top of the list is obviously his smartphone. And right under it is going to be ice cream. But it has to be something he physically introduces on screen. Meaning, if it's implied that he created it, you have to have a dialogue confirm it. Otherwise, it has to be physically shown on screen to come from Touya. Because you never know in this world where stuff could be introduced from. You can't be too careful, especially with another certain woman who will be introduced in some episodes when it comes to technology. I'm glad I was able to get some of the voice actors. Still a little confused on the receptionist. That lady's voice sounds familiar, and I don't know where. You'll know if you watch the reaction itself, but comment below who that is, and maybe some of their roles that I would know them for. Because, like, Touya I got immediately, Lynn's I got immediately. I didn't even know Elise's voice actor or heard her voice in something recognizable. But the receptionist stood out to me. Okay, that's where we're going to be. It's nice that this one is finally on the channel, and we can finally say that we started this one right before the jingles drop. That's right, this video is going up before the jingles are finalized. So this will be the last video of any show before a flooding of content from the other three, because they'll be so happy to get their jingles. So thank you all so much for watching. Hope you liked it. Hit the like button, subscribe, share the video with a friend. Make sure to join the Patreon. And as always, keep your notifications on, because as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.